Are we back live? Hello, hello. Are we back? And we're back. Hey, welcome back. Thank you guys for being patient with me. Alright, so that was just a video I was doing for YouTube. Now I'm just streaming on Twitch right now. So feel free to shoot the shit with me. But are you still here, Gummy? Was it Gummy or was it Nylex that had the question? It was Gummy. Okay. Hopefully they didn't fall asleep. They did say it was 3 a.m. And they were trying to go to sleep. It was Gummy. Thank you. I appreciate that. Because, I mean, being 24, what are their expectations? I'm 32, mind you. So, like, I hope they come back too. Because, like, I genuinely want to help them. Because being at 24, you are being faced that question of, like, what are you doing with yourself? Or what are you doing with your life? That's the whole point of your 20s. He's figuring it out. You know? And I'm pretty sure the only reason why his father is on his ass is like that because at 24 he was raising him. But that don't mean that he need to be out here having a child just like him at 24. Like, no, let him still figure it out. I mean, they followed, so at least they know where to find me if I'm ever live again. I still feel like what most parents should do, right, is force their kids to get into a hustle, get into a passion, some type of activity that's going to benefit them later on in life. Other than just getting a 9-to-5 job or getting a second job or something like that. Because I'm going to keep saying this. If I did not get a notification, Twitch app, so annoying. Exactly. And it's, it's crazy. As much as they update the damn app, it still don't fucking work. So what is all the updates for? But welcome back, Gummy. So your question was that your father came up to you about what are you supposed to be doing with yourself at the age of 24? And then my question was, well, how old or what was your father doing at the age of 24? While we updating, taking up space in my phone, exactly. For no reason. was like, every time I go into the app, oh, we need an update. And then, like, by the time the update is done, I don't even want to be on the app no more. I'm gonna try and go into the app to try to change my category, and let's see if they allow me to. Phew, okay, long story. Let me type this out. Okay, take your time. I'm here. I'm working, so because I might pull out some oracles. I don't think I need to do tarot, but I might pull an oracle card or two for you. My father expects me to have a degree or more, so a professional career, so that I can secure a job. I told him I want to follow my passion more so to really find what I'm passionate about, because whether they like to believe it or not, they have controlled my life, whether directly or indirectly. I can feel you on that. Same issues I've been dealing with my father, both my parents, but mainly still my mom though. Like literally, this is why I'm in my situation right now. I really appreciate you wanting to use the divination for this. No problem, but it's still. I put my faith in God though. So these are still tools nonetheless to help people along the way, to help them what it is that they may need help with. I told him I would want to get a job in creative field. I have a master's in science, specifically botany. Ooh. So that's like plants and stuff, right? Yes, I agree. Tarot is guidance at the end of the day. Okay. I'm glad we have that understanding, so I feel more comfortable. um, so what creative job do you see yourself doing? But it's not a degree I want to do. It's more so I just do, right? It's just something to have, right? And you probably only got it because they kind of made you get it, essentially, all right? Directly or indirectly. Oh, yeah, trust me, as a tarot reader myself, I have to give too many disclaimers to people. Good. I'm glad we're on the same page. So I guess this creative field would be tarot then? Or do you see yourself doing other things? Specifically, writing fields. I don't care what I know. I'm good at being creative, and a lot of people call me an ideal bank. I like that, but it's just hard to make a career out of it. Exactly. Now, do you have material already? To be fair, I think I'd start hitting tarot if I did it super professionally. I mostly do free readings for people with good energy and only ask for money if it costs me a lot of energy. That part. I've been still trying to figure out how to do that though, because I don't know how long my readings are going to be, and if I'm going to get somebody to pay for a reading, I'd rather them pay me up front than to wait till after the reading, because people always try to lowball you, always come up with some shit, always try to find a way to finesse you. So that's always been my thing. But then I'm like, but I don't want to have like an actual rate, because then more people are going to want to come in, and then that's going to be more energy taken out of me and then taken away from really me doing my gaming more so. So that's why I was like more so I'm leaning towards like having it towards subscribers and my or Twitch Turbo users, because that's how I'm getting paid, essentially, being on this site. So like I'm trying to be realistic by also still being generous at the same time, or at least being genuine with what it is that I do. Right. To be fair, I mostly do readings, right? If they really want to tip. I do have some stuff working on cleaning up my portfolio. Funnily enough, tarot is a big help with writing. That's a good thing too. And because like even when I picked up tarot, I was looking at how like this could really be good at like great storytelling for real. Like even if you're not a psychic or anything, like if you have a writer's block, if you could pick up some tarot, you can be able to write some shit, even if it has nothing to do with what you had a writer's block on. Like that's how I see it as well. Like it's so creative. Like it's such that, and that's why I'm glad that it's a tool, because it can be used in so many creative like avenues that people don't even realize that you can be unlocking other potential, unlocking your potential essentially. I think intuitively you can sense how long readings is going to be in energy, but also the easy method is follow-up questions are paid. That's a good one too. I know there's this one reader who I watch on YouTube. I don't watch her as much, but I know she charges by the minute. I think like 25 cents a minute or something like that. So if you end up going by over like about an hour, is it 25 cents, or I think it's $1 a minute. Like it's very cheap, like $1 a minute for however, and usually like readings usually go for at the very least like maybe 20 minutes. But like if you're really getting into a reading, like I've done YouTube videos, just general readings that lasted about 2 hours. So it can get costly. Not costly. Well, if depending on people's rates, but like her rates were very cheap though. So your subs and bits. Maybe you can incorporate channel points for cards reading free cards. I did have that at first, but then I still feel like because I just be like focus on like I be in the middle of like something with gaming that like it's gonna take away from something that I'm doing if I have that out there. And that's in like in an emergency, then I would stop what I'm doing to do a reading for somebody. But, I don't want nobody to abuse that, because I did have that up there. And not many people was using it, but, a friend was definitely using it a lot, and I had to change it up. But I feel like she was doing it to encourage, I get like her doing that and then trying to encourage other people to do it. But I was also it also helped me see at what it could be potentially doing if I kept that up there and more other people were doing it as well. I agree. I have Tarot of the Divine, and that's air based on like stories and stuff. It's so easy to, and the illustrations really help, which is why for me when I buy a deck, the illustrations are important. Yes. Very, very, very. And I have so many tarot decks that I've collected over the years, but I don't have all of them with me in this current location. But like that is the beauty of my YouTube channel, right? Because majority of the decks that I've collected, I've done an unboxing and flipping for this specific reason. So even if I don't have them physically to show off. I can show them off in some way, shape, or form through my YouTube channel. Energy spent, yes. You can disable it for the non-tarot streams. True. True. I didn't think about that. Well, see, the thing about it is I don't really be having tarot streams. Like, I'll only come on Twitch to do my YouTube videos. I come on Twitch to record my readings for YouTube because it's easier to upload directly from my Twitch to YouTube versus just making a YouTube video and uploading it like that. So that's because it's funny. Even though starting Twitch, I was doing tarot readings, but it was still to do YouTube videos. But I wasn't able to do my streams yet. But it's still been working out. You can make the points high. That is true too. Can't force people to have to watch me, right? Thank you. So they have to stay around and watch. Then it depends on how you're using Twitch. That's true too. It's like I do want to have, like, I want to be able to have like my setup like this, and then also have another like screen where I'm gaming as well. But currently, I can't do that, or I'm unable to do that. So I have to kind of like, I have to do one thing for a minute, then like focus on, I have to do this and then like focus on streaming with gaming, because the gaming is really like when I'm able to like consistently keep myself occupied at doing while being on like Twitch. Because if I end up doing tarot on Twitch, then it would either be just be me having the cards just sit there and just waiting for people to, ask me for questions, which I would find boring because I'm just like sitting here with my hands crossed. But of course, I'll probably be playing the game nonetheless. Or I can go into doing like I was doing just recently, just making videos for YouTube, and then after I do the video for YouTube, just do a personal reading for, my viewer, and then just go into the making the next video. That could work out as well too. That's another business schedule I can incorporate. That's fair, but I think you could sort of make a schedule if you think that's more appropriate. That's true too. Or like you could start a stream with tarot and then for some time, and then switch to gaming. That too. Now there's a lot of ideas. It's more so how to find appropriate execute exactly. Because I'm gonna be transparent. I'm always gonna be transparent. I have to be transparent. I'm in a homeless shelter right now, and I'm in the computer lab. But this computer lab is only really for people to use the computers, to apply for jobs. However, I have my own laptop, my tablet. I have my own setup essentially. I just need the space to do my work. They've been giving me a hard time doing my work because I'm not making enough money. So they're trying to get me to apply for jobs. I gotta apply for 40 jobs a week. And if I'm able to apply to those 40 jobs a week, then I'm able to use the computer lab to do what I do. But doing what I do takes a lot of energy, a lot of time, a lot of effort that I really don't have time to be applying for 40 jobs a week. I can apply for some jobs, which I have, but for 40 jobs, it's asinine for anybody. Even if I was working 2 jobs, applying for 40 jobs a week. You should do tarot readings on Discord, /Kofi or Fiverr. I have a Discord. I use it. I just don't use it often. Because that's where I would take the viewer to if they would like a personal, like an actual, like how I'm talking to you right now, like live reading. I would have them in the Discord and do a reading for them. I haven't gotten that far yet, but that's what my idea is. Right? It's all about execution. But there's a lot of divination servers that allow selling readings, paid readings. Oh, I didn't even know that. I mean, because it is a service, right? People do actually like get paid and all that, but I also, you also hear the stories of how people get scammed, and I've like seen just the changes of tarot readers over the years on YouTube and how like they would make money off of people and stuff like that, and how certain readers was getting caught up in certain things. So it's just like, that's why I don't really have like a circle as far as like other people who do readings. Like there's this one girl that I know who I've met with in my friend group who's looking into doing tarot, and that's only because she's met me. But I don't really see myself kind of getting into like a circle group of like tarot readers, just because of that reason, I think putting yourself out there is hard, but once you're out there in the community, that's why I said I can't see myself making a profession. Exactly. Because I did go to college a little bit. I did a few years in community college, but my major was psychology. Like I've always wanted to be like some type of therapist, counselor in some way, shape, or form. So like, even when stepping into tarot, like that's really where my intentions is when it comes to doing this. Like that's where I want to be viewed as when it comes to doing tarot. Like I really don't want to be viewed as a spiritualist, even though I do talk about God and I mention religion and stuff like that, but I also want to be able to like genuinely help people who are going through things emotionally and who are able to like talk to somebody. But then I also don't want to come off as your average, tarot reader, psychologist and stuff like that, because they still charge people at hourly rate and stuff like that. Something flipped over. There she go. Yeah, that's why I said I can't see myself a Christian. It's like those Vedic astrologers, they piss me off. What's so funny? Because I do like full moon, new moon readings and stuff like that, and I use actual like astrology cards. So I actually have like a Vedic astrology deck that I use as well. Have you tried like local events? They might want a tarot reader for their parties or something. I been to local events where there were there was somebody there that done tarot, but I've never really thought of myself to do that though. Cause I was even thinking about like just going outside. You know how you go downtown or whatever, you got your little psychic shops, right? But I was literally thinking about just having like a little table set up. Hopefully it's not on a windy day, or like at least have something where it's set up where I can just have my cards out and just have people come through. Have a little tip jar. Would you like a reading? You know? Because it's different when people approach you versus you approaching them, because it's them coming to you, so you genuinely want to help them, especially if it's somebody, you know. Because I always look at it like that, especially if I'm in that setting, like they coming to you. Just look at it as if you didn't have that table set up with the cards, right? And somebody was just looking for directions. You would want to help them the best way possible, right? This is so relatable. I just want to help people, and if I have the ability, I'd love to use it. You know, exactly. Astrology is perfect. Fine. Vedic readers are not. Also, yes, I have this one oracle deck, Star Codes, Astro Oracle. Why that sound familiar? Astro Oracle sounds familiar. It's so wordly. I love it. Ooh, you should. It could totally work. Tip jar works good too. And honestly, too, like I be wanting to like mention like, cause like if genuinely if somebody wants a reading like right now, all you got to do is send me something through Cash App. I will stop anything I'm doing and I will give you my undivided attention. That's if you wanted an instant reading like that, that's how you, right? But I don't always want to be like that though. Cause I'm in this situation and they're expecting me to like be making some like a certain amount of money being live on here. Because if I'm not making any money, then they're thinking that like, well, in that time you could have been applying for jobs, and in that time as well, you could have gotten that call back. I think an ad is about to start. You could have got a call back to a job where you could have been already working. But like, how often are jobs really calling you back at the moment you apply to them and then trying to get you an interview? Like, you usually apply for a job, it takes them about a week to get back to you for an interview, and then you still got to go through training and all that. Better than doing nothing, or like offer a price list. I get you, literally. It's like the job marketing is getting worse. Exactly. You know? Because like over the years, like I've gotten paid to do, like people have paid me, but I'm also looking for a consistent income. But I don't want tarot to be that consistent income. I just want it to be my side income, for real. And I want the gaming to really be my main income, because that's what I genuinely love to do. I grew up playing video games. That's my life essentially. Tarot is something that I picked up along the way. But I've always been into the supernatural and all that my entire life as well. So like at some point, this was all going to come to me. Even if someone gave me a tarot deck at a very young age, like, you know. And they call you for an internship and then they drop you. Exactly. Like... And then not only that, it's like you sit there and you get the job, but then they want you to work all these hours, which take away from this job. You know, the job that I'm over here trying to work and trying to make a steady 9 to 5 essentially. That's what like I've been trying to get to them. Like I get needing money and all that other stuff, but like when you have something already that's giving you some type of money, the best way is to figure out how to maintain that money that you are getting. Hey, welcome in, Lily Wentz. You have a question? Sure. What's your question? I use tarot to find out how. Wait, how I use tarot to find out how you can get a consistent income. Basically, because I also look at it like this too, Gummy, right? Even if I'm not a professional, right, and people are coming to me advice, and I give them whatever advice, whether it's, you know, something very philosophical or not, what difference is it from a stranger coming to me and you for advice than than that stranger going to someone that's on TV, like Oprah or, you know, Tamron Hall, you know, for advice, or Wendy Williams. Just a general reading, please, if that's fine. You're referring to the bias? The difference is you're you and they're them. You're right. But I'm saying that, like, what we doing is still valid versus what a talk show host is doing as well, as far as someone coming to them for advice for. Because what degree do they have for real to really give anybody any advice? People just love them for their personalities. That's why they're on TV. They're TV personalities. But because they have an influence on the people that strangers are willing to come to them for personal advice. Why can't we be the same? Um a general reading, please, if that's fine. I appreciate that you coming in here wanting a tarot reading, Lily. However, it wouldn't be right for the other two people that came in here asking for a reading, and I had to let them know how things went around here. I mean, if you want a general reading right now, I would appreciate you if you donate to my Cash App at Don Demont, and I will get right to your reading. But I do readings for my subscribers and Twitch Turbo users. I'm just either subscribe to my channel or become a part of Twitch Turbo, and I will give you your reading right now. Or if you don't want to do that, just donate to my Cash App if you have a Cash App. And if it's a general reading, I will give you a reading still right here, right now. If anything, I will probably bring you into my Discord so I can, you know, talk to you. Sure, but there's two things for this. Tarot applies intuition, which comes from experience as well. So yes, that can generally come to everyone, but secondly, it also boils down to what resonates or not. That's true too. You right. Okay, I thought it was like a free reading. My bad. Nah. Unfortunately, I'm past free readings this point in my life. If you would like a free reading, right, you can go to my YouTube channel and check out my YouTube videos. Those are free for you to watch. But if you want an immediate reading, that's going to have to that's costing me my time. No problem. I appreciate that. Not too much on me, Gummy. Not too much on me. Now, mind you, I'm homeless, so you would think that asking for money shouldn't be a problem, right? But like, I'm still humbling myself on asking. Like it's something about my pride because I'm like I shouldn't have to ask. Like, but enough of me though. We need to get on with you because a car did pop up, and then Our Lady of the Resurrection. Oh shit. No, we don't. We're chilling over here, ranting about how shitty the community can be. Moon emotions. Oh, I didn't pull no card out for that. But as far as writing goes, well, you said you have materials. Now, the real question are there like, is there a way for you to like, is it, put it like this, is it enough content to have it published, regardless of it being needing to be a book? Because if people can can read it from beginning to end, then that should be fine. You should be able to make some type of money, right? And also, too, you being the writer, you could look towards like artists, and y'all can be able to like potentially make comic books or like storybooks. You be the writer, and they be the illustrator, or it's illustrations writing. I don't know. Excuse me. I could publish it just for fun. I have written them out on paper. But is that just for fun able to make income now? Because at this point, it's really about proving your dad that your passions can benefit you. Oh, I get you. I doubt I can get into like super novel writing. I more so write short stories and use that as a sort of backing to apply to jobs. Okay. And also too, you say short stories, I can see something like a piece of your work in like a newspaper. Have you ever thought about putting something into like a newspaper article or a magazine? You know, women love to read. So I don't want to freelance immediately. I'm not confident enough. But yet you're going to have the audacity to tell me I need to be more confident with accessing money. But you're not trying to be confident in yourself to be freelance. But I know what I write is good. Yes, I wanted to email the newspapers. What do you mean women love to read? Women love to read. I mean, I know a lot of women that read, though. I'm just saying that because women love to read, you will always have a general audience. So there's always going to be somebody reading your material regardless. Okay, so maybe you're the exception. But what you lack, you make up for in other things. So because you hate reading, you love to write. So again, you being the writer, you know that people love to read. I'm lying, but I know what you mean. I'm like the 1%. Hey, I confidently ask for money with tarot. I mean, because tarot is a tool. You know, you got pictures and stuff. There's things to show for it when you're talking to people. But, you know, Your work also has work that showed for it too, and you can be more confident at displaying your work. I'm the non-reader who writes knowing that readers like to read. See? You know, as much as I've come to the conclusion that people don't like to listen to me, I still do tarot and I talk so much. But I know that eventually someone will listen. So, and again, like me stepping into to tarot wasn't like an actual. I mean, it was a personal choice, but it wasn't something like that I was doing just because it was fun or cool, or I was trying to do it because it was trendy. Like this was something that I literally had to sit down with myself and have a conversation with my higher self and God about doing this. So,
I honestly hate.
so like knowing that people don't listen to me and understanding that I have to be in front of this microphone, in front of these cards, speaking, knowing that somebody has to listen to me regardless of what I know. But God knows that a message has to be put out there regardless of who I am. So,
Honestly, I hate when people don't listen to me because like the answer seems obvious. How are you this
stupid, that part, but it's easier when either you've had the experience or you're the person on the outside looking in. It's like it seems like it's common sense, but you we were usually probably talking to somebody who's never had that experience, so they're going to come off as very naive in more cases than one.
I started tarot because I did not enjoy those clickbait type of videos and wanted to do it myself. Tarot is something that actually brought me closer to religion. I was never an atheist. I just didn't care enough.
That part. I always believed in God. I just never really cared about religion. I always say fuck religion all the time, but never the other way to, can't say that F word to God.
Even though at one point as a child I did, but I didn't know no better.
Did not know no better.
And that was it was during a dark period in my life, so. And a child too at that, so just imagine.
like, but I also, and that's another reason too, because I end up watching a video on YouTube that kind of basically, you can say it resonated with me because, like, yeah, I was definitely in my emotions. Like, it hit me right where it hurt it too. Like, it read me. It did not load the lady. It was like, it wasn't intentional. And I don't even know. I'm not sure if I went looking for the video or the video came through my algorithm. But I remember clicking on the video and it felt like it was currently what I was going through. And then from that moment on, that's when I started going on to like this YouTube spiral of like tarot readers after tarot reader, just like trying to figure out everything and all this other stuff and learning for myself to the point where I was just like, I need to pick up the deck myself to really understand it, but then to really know it as well. Like, I can't really know what they're talking about if I don't have the cards myself to read the cards. So I see where you was coming from with all that clickbait stuff, because like you can really watch so many videos and they can resonate with you all they want to, but like if there's no actual change happening, like from the moment you watch that video from the next day, then that video hasn't resonated with you much. For real, for real. And I'm not expecting like, there has to be like some drastic happening in your life, but there has to be little changes, even if it's like a mental thing. If you doing something differently than yesterday, that's the type of change that is supposed to be expected of a person when they come across a video.
Your soulmate is really your twin flame, and their initial is A, B, C, D. FKLMNO, like any other. And you find it very right, right. That like, and that's another thing too. Like, I know I keep saying like. I say like a lot, and I say right a lot, and I apologize for that. Okay, Miss Girl, these were just so cringe to me. And I was one of those people that was like following that whole twin flame thing and stuff like that too, thinking that I was on a twin flame journey, and then I actually had to watch a reader who had to like really break down what the twin flame journey is and who they're specifically fine for, what divine partners mean and soulmates are, like how everybody is a soulmate, but not everyone is a twin flame, like. But I still believe in those things. But like for me, being someone who's attracted to the same sex, I know that there is no twin flame out there for me. However, I know that there are divine counterparts, divine soulmates, that are still available to me. And my journey isn't going to, it's still going to make an impact on the world, but it's not going to make the change, the physical change that a twin flame union needs to make for things to really need to be. I more so believe in listening to myself over anything else. I don't enjoy the concept of religion because I don't like to be told what to do. I like to do what I feel like doing. That part. You see the title of my stream is Fuck You TV. So there's certain things that I preach, and it may come off as a little religion, but again, you take what resonates. So some of those, you need to do this, coming from me when it comes to these readings, it's only specifically to people who really have kind of lost their way essentially, and I'm just trying to get them back on track. Once they're back on track, continue doing what it is that you want to do, because that's how God needs you to do what you need to do for yourself. So that's how I look at it too. In my opinion, twin flame is more so the person who's very similar to you. Soulmates can be platonic, and that more so applies to connections in your life that are bound by soul connections as in meant for each other. Okay. That's one way to look at it as well. Your twin flame, as the word implies, is legit twin. Someone who is like you and connects with you, like two puzzle pieces, That's true. That's true. Two puzzle pieces, right. Two puzzle pieces. So with that statement, that only really makes sense for a man and a woman, because those are two pieces that fit together. Not saying that a man and a man can't get together. They're still going to work out in some way, shape, or form, but they're not going to fit together like those two puzzle pieces. Anyone could fit together. You're right. I was just looking at it more of the physical representation of it than the metaphorical representation of it. But I definitely see what you mean, though. I understand that. You right. You right. You right. You absolutely right. Puzzles don't have genders. Of course I'm right. Stop being so hard on yourself. I'm not being hard on myself. It's all just titles to me. It's words. So like, I'm not devaluing myself when I say that I'm not, that in any shape or form. It's just that I know that certain titles are specific to certain people. Like titles are important for certain things, and I feel like that, not everybody should be deserving of certain titles. That's all that is.
Some religions like to talk about man and the woman, but people forget that masculine and the feminine. I mean, masculine and feminine is energy is masculine and feminine energy is in all of us, but people, they fail to teach us how to use those energies as the man and as the woman, though. Like, we have those energies, they're fluid within us, but we still need to figure out those energies as the genders that we are assigned to. I know this is probably about to get very political, but people forget that masculine and feminine. Hindu explains it well. How does Hindu explain it? Hinduism explain it. Or even I don't know much about Buddhism, but I'm still trying. I want to learn about it, the yin and the yang, because that's all masculine and feminine energies as well. When learning Buddhism, I'm born Catholic, by the way. Gotcha. I was born Christian, Baptist. Had grandparents who were pastors of their own church. But I don't think there's much to learn ESP in the New Testament, because besides worship a guy. I think it was more so with Moses. I think they were, yeah. Moses and even Jonah. Is it Jonah? With the technicolored, with the robe? I think those two were prime examples of ESP.
Oh, I've been confirmed too. I just don't really care of the labels.
Okay. I got you. Hinduism focuses more on the principles rather than focusing on the worship of said person or people. I've also found the community harder. I don't know, like, why are we being haters? Aren't we supposed to love everyone? That part. Because they because they think that because God judges, that we are supposed to judge, and because they think that God is harsh on his judgments because of what they read in the Bibles, that we have to be harsh on our judgment when we see other people sinning or whatever, or going against certain, principles. But in reality, that's just it's been poorly taught to us on what that really was supposed to be. The whole First Testament is really just the learnings of the relationship between God and his chosen person. And at least when it comes to the Second Testament and when it comes to Jesus, it's more so like learning how to find God in anything that you do. When you seek Jesus, I guess. But it's also been like a thing with me about Jesus as well. I mean, of course, there is worship of person or people, but majority is so extensive. But see, in religion, you're not supposed to really worship anybody. At least when it comes to Christian ideologies, right? You're not. I can't say really, because I'm a Christian, but the principles were still more Catholic, because Christians really are supposed to be following Christ. But I've been taught about God and Jesus, though. So, but you're not really supposed to worship anybody other than God. And when it comes to Christianity, they be trying to get people to worship Jesus, and you're not supposed to do that. Even though he's the Son of God and all this other things, that's still an entity separate from the Creator itself. That's how I always look at it too. And then from that teaching alone, that's what kind of got me to step away from Christianity, because I'm like, I thought I was taught to only worship one God, never and stuff like that. And we are not God. Exactly. Mimicking us is not what religion should be. Exactly. I say we should love one another and let God do the judging. I think that's another prime example of at least the story of Jesus as well, because people had to place judgment on him, and then God was going to cast judgment on the people, but Jesus, out of the bottom of his heart, wanted God to forgive the people, which is why he still went to die on the cross. He wasn't really dying on the crosses for our sins in this generation. It was dying for the sins of the people who cast judgment on him. You didn't killed a chosen one, essentially. God's chosen leader, essentially. So you know there's going to be consequences to that. But being the chosen one, he still had a negotiation with God to forgive the people that couldn't forgive him, essentially. That's what that's what the philosophies of Christianity is supposed to be, learning how to forgive. But at the same time, it's still, there's still like some type of contradictions that go within it, though.
I don't get the difference in Christians and Catholics. It's stupid to me. It's one God.
Because, see, Catholics believe in God. Christians only follow Christ. That's the difference. And that's why I had to step away from Christianity, because it's like they're only trying to teach about Jesus and trying to get people to forget about God. God will always exist. He's the Alpha and the Omega. The fact that I grew up in Christianity, had to step away from Christianity, step into tarot, and still have to preach people about God is wild to me. As I was saying about Hinduism, it depicts a lot of things. There's even a form of God of half man, half woman energies. Now, mind you, you're a woman, and I'm pretty sure you're very you seem very open. So you're very open to like people that are non-binary and transgender and stuff like that, right? But people also forget that there are hermaphrodites out there, right? Those are people naturally born with both male and female parts. And I've always said to myself that why aren't they being more talked about more so than anything? Especially in this talks about like identity and stuff like that. But oh shit, you mentioned it. Energies specifically, not a hermaphrodite. However, there is a depiction of one in mythology. I still think that is a hermaphrodite, though. I think it's a perfect representation, and I think that we forgot about that person, because literally people say like there's man and there's a woman, but there's also man and woman as well, and we forget about those people. Those are people. Those are the humans as well, the human beings. And people forget about those people, and we don't ever acknowledge them in any type of conversation. And it always upsets me, being the gay person that I am, and about this whole LGBT community. Is like, why don't we talk about them enough? Why aren't they getting the attention that they deserve? Where are their voices at? And Hinduism has some gross-ass scary depictions of deities, and that's the point, right? Not everything is sunshine and rainbows, even if it's celestial realms. Exactly. The beauty about Hinduism, and it's like, and as someone who grew up in Christianity, I know that Christians look at people who follow Hinduism as people who are people people who worship false idols and stuff like that, you know, because they view because they're gods essentially. But even in Hinduism, they know that they are just they're just they're entities, they're deities, they're influences and inspirations. They know that there's still someone above them as well. They're just a guide to help you lead to that. There's multiple gods for a reason in any different religion, and I feel like it's to help people understand God in a multitude of ways, essentially.
No. Okay, so the one I'm speaking about, right? It's the fusion of union and masculine and feminine energies, because a sage has sort of only acknowledged the man and not his wife, so he fused both of them together to say that they are no different. Oh. This form's different from a hermaphrodite form. Let me Google the real one quick. I mean, yes, this form could also be considered hermaphrodite, but I think lore-wise, the message is different. Yes, Hinduism believes that there is no Shiv without Sankta, man without woman, and vice versa. Because again, even I know that, you know, you can't have one without the other. I don't like how men feel like, you know, it's just I just people feeling like we both need each other regardless of anything. That's why we're here. You know, you can't have one without the other. Whether it's stereotypical masculine and feminines, yeah, the toxic mass being like ill towards things is so stop being weird. Exactly, and because they're not working in their feminine energies, because they're so masculine all the time, and nobody's taught to them properly how to work in their feminine energies. At least most men who even if they grew up with a lot of women in their lives, they still had to like kind of force that masculinity in them because of all the femininity around them, because of, you know, they lean into their feminine side a lot more than they won't be viewed as a man. Actually doing meditation to balance both, it really helps. I smoke, but in my smoke, I smoke weed, but during those times I smoke weed, I do meditate. I listen to some music, you know, I just get within myself. It's not legal here. It's not legal. It's like it's a borderline thing. Like they're not gonna arrest you for it, but you'll get like a citation. Like you'll get a ticket basically. You're gonna have to pay a fine for getting caught smoking here. But I think most people do anyway. I meditate on a deity who I know could help, so that also works.
And that's another good way as well, because regardless of how the Catholics or Christian has told us about God, I don't know why I'm about to feel like real emotional when I'm about to say this, but like, it's okay to call upon other gods for assistance and help. And you can also give thanks. It's just God don't want you to forget him when you do this. That's all. Cause like when I tell you, I used to go by the river. I don't know why I'm crying right now, bro. Sis. But like I used to go down to the river once in the blue moon, and I used to have my honey, and I used to have a candle, and I used to sit by that river, and I would have my music play, and I would just really just spend time with Oshun. Like, I was kind of done, you know. I told him that I needed him to step up and do it for me because I can't do it anymore. I know that's the fuck right, you know. We can only do but so much, you know, because we are only human. But it's nothing wrong with calling in on a higher source that can help you get that energy that you need to get through what it is that you're going through. Oh yes, I'll totally get you. Sometimes it's okay to give it to them because that's what they're here for. Exactly. Like they have a job just like we have a job. And we're all in connection and helping one another. It's frustrating, to be honest, having this ability to know things or sense things and feeling helpless. Oh my goodness. It's crazy. Like we know how to help people, but it's hard to really help ourselves. At least in the way that the advice that we give to people, you know. Like I wish that I could give myself the advice that I can give to other people. But then again, it's like I kind of am. Like when I come up on here and I do these readings. There's certain things that I'm not expecting, but I am inquiring of people to do. But I've also had to have done that in order for me to at least tell somebody to do it. So when I'm telling somebody on here to like quit their job, you know, and go chase their passions, like I've done that. I'm doing it. I'm living it. But people don't also want to go through that homelessness of it all when losing anything. But if you really want something, you're going to have to lose things in order for you to really genuinely know that it's for you and that you genuinely love it. So this whole week has been shitty for me. It was the new moon, and I think I'm doing better. But my God, it was rough. I've been trying to figure out, like even though I go like out from time to time, I don't go out much during the nighttime. Like usually, like around this time, it's the weekend, but dinner is over. But if it was during the week, dinner would be right now. So I would be having dinner. I would go out for my smoke, but because it's so cold out, I'm not really outside for real. I'm usually like in the subways, really trying to stay warm and you know, smoking my weed. But usually when I'm out there, I always try to look for the moon to see where the phases are. But this week has just been weird. And I'm like, are we coming into the full moon? But we have a new moon going on. Thank you for letting me know. Because there's just a lot that's been happening just here in this shelter. So I wish I listened to my advice. It's hard to sort of follow through. Like I get mad when people don't follow what I say, but then I don't practice what I preach. Exactly. And that as a reader, for me and you, Gummy, that's what we have to do. Because we grew up in the churches, right? And we seen how those pastors and those fathers preached, and most likely they didn't practice what they preach. I feel like tarot readers could be the new age preachers and teachers, or preachers and fathers, or for real. Because at the end of the day, like, I'm not perfect. And I talk to you about the things that I get to. You know, I just tell you I smoke. I still have sex outside of marriage, you know. But I am married. Oh, wait, where's the, you know. I got this at 25. This was my devotion to God. And even though I'm still not perfect, God is still perfect for me. And he accepts me for who I am. So he's going to be okay with the things that I do. And he's not going to judge me for it. So, that being said, that me being on here doing tarot, and I'm sitting here trying to be some new age preacher, trying to tell people about getting right with God and following the path and stuff like that, at least I have experience to back up what I say versus what most preachers are nowadays. And it's not really trying to compare, but like when it comes to people trying to find God, people will always run to the church first before they would run to a tarot reader. And it works out for some people, but when you come across that wrong preacher, you're going to come to this false sense of needing to change yourself, when it's not yourself that you need to change, it's your idea on things that needs to change. it's like when you buy new clothes, you gotta get rid of the old ones and make space for the new ones. Exactly. If people didn't associate tarot with witchcraft immediately, then yes, I remember freaking people out with tarot, but I low key enjoy it. I still be hesitant on like telling people I do tarot because of the negative connotations to it, but I'm also starting to embrace whatever those negative connotations is, because at the end of the day, I know what my intentions are and I know what it is that I'm actually doing versus what people think that it is I am doing. But if I am doing any type of witchcraft or wizardry, that's also still a part of the plan, or it's all part of my path on what God is trying to align me for as well. Because magic is real, it does exist. So, and people want to dabble into it, but they may not have that jurisdiction to go into it. So, it is going to give people a bad look on it. But when the right people step into those fields, it's going to give people a different perspective. And it's crazy how I'm talking about that, right? And I just watched. Have you seen Wicked yet, Gummy? Or are you into musicals or anything? Just as a side conversation.
I remember freaking about. It's like a bad therapist. It's really to each their own. The path they take, right? Does free really exist if everything is already laid out for us? Mm-hmm. I love the hate because I love proving people wrong and then
them coming up with arguments for why I said what I said. Just like that, exactly. I love musicals. I haven't seen Wicked yet. I was planning on tonight before my father pissed me off. Got you. Well, if there's anything that I'm going to tell you to do, go watch Wicked. There's a message. There's a message in there. Hey, that's how I found it. It was a website. I was watching it. We watched it twice this week off of a website. By any means, watch Wicked. Oh my goodness, that movie is so good. And that's just part one. So, but all I gotta say is, from what I witnessed in Wicked, is basically how like tarot and spirituality has become essentially. I don't want to give too much unless you read the book, because it was also a book. Oh wait, never mind. I forgot who I was talking to. You don't read. Never mind. Disregard that.
Girl, I wanted to see it when the theater is in the big screen, but I have no one to go with.
Stop making excuses, girl, and go out there and go watch that movie. Because you never know who you're going to meet there. You may not have nobody to go with, but you may come out leaving with somebody. Not like that, but it's Wicked too on top of that. So you're going to have a ball and a blast with everybody in the theater. Or watch it at home too. You want me to go alone to a theater? I've done it before. I may not have done it on a day where it was like a premiere, but at least here in Philly or America, right? We have a discount day. Every Tuesday, you can go through the theater at a specific time to watch it for $5, or you could pay for a ticket for $5. So I went to go see, was that Infinity War or something like that? It was one of them Avenger movies. Went to go see it for $5. Went by myself, and I enjoyed myself. Don't be. I low key want. I want it now that you said that. Go for it. Remember how I said about change? Do something differently that you didn't do yesterday. This could be one of those moments. Because you never know, going there, being in that moment, in that experience, watching it for the first time, or even if you watched it already, right? You go into watching it in theaters with people. People are going to be singing. People are going to be dancing. People probably have been there for the third time already. So like you're going to have an experience, at least when it comes to this specific movie. And I can't speak for all other movies right now, but at least when it comes to this movie, you're going to have an experience. I go alone for real. You know, I was supposed to sleep early and woke up at 7:38 to go for a walk into the temple. Throws up. Musicals aren't super big here, I think. But you won't know until you go to that theater. I was saying this in my reading, right? You know? About the dreamer. We can dream all we want to, but somebody's going to have to take that initiative to be that fighter. Cuz how else will the dreamer become that person that lives out their dreams if they don't become the fighter and be that inspiration for other people to become the fighter? I pray I find a cute guy, my next husband. My next man, my future husband. Not next husband. I've never been married. Right? You gotta be careful with your words, because that's might just might happen. Your next husband gonna come too, but you gotta get married first. I'm like, damn it, why the fuck did I say that? Right. But hey, you never know though, right? You may have wanted to not say that, but that may have been a slip up for a reason, right? That person, the first person that may have come into your life to have lead you to the actual person, because that's how the world works, right? And then the fact that you're going to be watching a musical, it's just like, you know, that's how usually like how things go in movies and stuff. But ain't that how it always go in movies usually? Like the woman's already in a situation, and the next thing you know, she's coming across the person that she is supposed to be with. Now they're on this whirlwind adventure throughout the entire movie for them to end up together at the end of the movie, right? I considered my. Ow, that's loud. Hey, what's goody grapes? She ain't no diva. How you feeling? Happy Sunday. What we up to? I'm just chilling right now. I was supposed to be like gaming right now, but actually I'm actually in a conversation right now with a new viewer. Her name is Gummy Pop. We call her Gummy. And we're just talking about things, shooting the shit. But oh yeah, I did pull this card out. This is from my Mother Mary Oracles. It's funny. I step away from religion, but yet I still have certain things that are religion based, right? I have the Mother Mary Oracle cards, which are supposed to be inspired by, you know, Jesus' mom, right? And then I also have the words of Jesus as well that I incorporate into my readings. And I also have, and they're not oracle cards, they're not tarot cards, but they're like educational cards. But I end up getting these like these index cards. They're like books of the Bible, they actually have like pictures, like pictures that are from the Bible with like crucial points as well. And I would also use those. I considered my ex-husband. Like, for real, I thought we were going to be the one. And that's also fine too. That I can take that. I will check that off as well, because I honestly thought, well, I don't really honestly, but the way that I felt for this person felt like there could have been potential into that sort of situation, but the potential never even got into really us being more than friends. I don't think we really haven't even really weren't genuine friends at that point. So when he kind of like separated from, like parted ways from me, we really weren't that close for real. I just really had a lot of feelings for that person. So, you know, I always look at it as, you know, their rejection is God's protection. But Our Lady of Resurrection, the heart recognizes when something has run its course. In letting go, you create a powerful, consciously chosen sacrifice that stimulates the birth of what needs to happen next in your life. Honor what is unfolding, even if it involves the pain of loss. You have the capacity to experience a sacred connection with life as you honor the endings that are a natural part of life's endless creative expression. And then at the bottom was, oh, wait, why is that in reverse? Hold up. Maybe I should take that one too. But Our Lady of Answered Prayers. Our Lady asks you to reach out to her, for there is healing within yourself and your life that can now happen through her intervention. All matters can be resolved through her grace. She knows what is happening and what is needed. Whatever comes from your heart is the most powerful prayer. Ask for her assistance and trust that your prayers are now being answered. Yeah, I'm the main character of my own movie. Exactly. You always got to be the main character of your movie. I look at life as a movie because the way shit just be happening, it feels like a movie sometimes. And the only reason why it's happening like that because you are chosen, right? Things only happen in life when you're the main character of something. So always look at it like that too. So things is going to work out for you. Jesus' mom, for real, a queen, a Virgin Mary. I mean, they can be oracle cards. Girl, I was just fucking delusional. I liked him way more than he liked me. Same. I think that was it is too. But, people lie and energy don't. So even if that person couldn't really express to me the way that I expressed to them, doesn't mean that they still didn't have those feelings there. So you may have been delusional and think that, it could have been if they would have actually been, if they actually believed in themselves a lot more. So it's not your fault, it's their fault. And they are going to miss out on an opportunity for greatness because they don't want to, align themselves with the path and, with God, essentially. Because I always look at it as it's like, if it can't work out with us, if it's not working out with us, it's because you're not aligned with God. That's the only way. Because, I am very open, very transparent, very understanding. So it's just like, if we can't communicate, it's because you don't want to communicate. It's the human experience, exactly. It's 100% his fault. He's with a dollar store. He was a dollar store version of me who's playing his mother. So good for him. I'm too busy looking for my put together man. I wouldn't view it like that. Oh, he's with a dollar store version of you. Playing his mom. So good for him. I don't think you want to find a put together man. I think you need to find a man that's together. Because your put together man is already being put together by the dollar store version of you that's being his mama. You've already had your put together man. Move on to someone that's already together. I mean, you've already done did that, right? So we moved on. So now we're looking for somebody that's already together, because now you know what you want. So then that person's going to know what they want. Our Lady who prevents interference. No fear shall prevent your forward movement. No obstruction shall overcome your destiny. Her love for you is more powerful than any sabotage or confusion. You can bear witness to darkness in your mind and the world around you, and then bring your attention back to your peaceful sanctuary within her heart. Stay true to your path while you trust in your sacred purpose and her protection. I like those. Yeah, that's what I meant. He needs to be together. I met someone recently, but I don't see it going anywhere more than a friendship. I like him though. I like his vibe, and he makes me feel motivated and ambitious. And that's fine. And honestly, sometimes that the worst thing we can do is look too far ahead. I know it's good to plan the future, but in certain cases, you let God look into that future. As of right now, just live in that moment with that person. People, because He puts people in our lives for seasons, reasons, and lifetime. But just take in the moment, because over time, you'll figure out if they'll be, in your life for a season, a reason, or a lifetime. Whether or not there are someone that is supposed to be someone that you see more than just a friend. A lot of talk about facing my fears and not being scared of loss. I need this. Exactly. I agree. I just need to organically ride this wave. Yes. Because trust me, I want to be in a relationship just as much as anybody else. But even when it comes to meeting new people, I still have to play it cool. And mind you, I've never really been in a relationship before. Not a real genuine one at that. Like, I've been with people who liked me, but they didn't never genuinely loved me like I would love them. And that's what we want. We want to get into a relationship with someone who was going to love you for you and you love them for them. And y'all just know how to love each other. Yes, shake on that. Oh, shit. And then these are not mine, but I like to say mine because these are like my favorites. But they are the Soul's Truth Oracle deck. They are by Brianna Hove or Brianne. It's BrianneHovey. That's her name. These are her oracle decks. But this was at the top of the deck. What are my dominant emotions that run my life? But I'm not going to pull that card. But that's something to think about, though. I had someone pull that card on me yesterday. Really? Oh, wait, somebody uses these cards? Hey, that's what's up. I think I found these on YouTube or Etsy. But yes, when I tell you, when I got these, I've been using them ever since. And even when I was not really active in my tarot, and the one friend that would always get me to encourage me to do readings for her, this would be the deck that I would use all the time when it came to her readings. I love this deck. And so a few years back when I went down south, my cousin ended up going through some type of experience that kind of changed him literally. It literally changed his life. Because they think that one of his homies may have slipped them some lace weed and he, had an episode. But what I really think that he just finally came to his awakening. Because even after that moment, he's still able to hear people. He hears voices. And I know you can probably think, oh, well, maybe he's schizophrenic or stuff like that. But I also feel like that is the first thing people would try to say to try to dismiss someone with any type of gift. And I honestly think that he's either a medium or some type of psychic or something. And he's just not really aware of who he is just yet. And coming from a Christian background, I don't think he's ever really going to find that. But when I found out about that, I ended up getting these twice. Because I thought I paid for it, and then they never came. So I ended up getting another one. But basically, I had two of them, and I ended up gifting him the second deck as an introduction to, anything that maybe. Because I didn't want to at least get him to do tarot, because not everybody's going to be open to that, of course, and he wasn't anyway, because he even tried to convince me to stop doing it. But I definitely wanted him to at least get the oracle cards, because the oracle cards are definitely like the guides that anybody can use when it comes to just trying to figure out themselves or just learning themselves. I don't have many oracles, 2 tarot and 1 oracle because they're expensive. Bro, legit had an awakening. Exactly. I think people like us end up being more empathetic towards these kind of things. Because, like, and another reason why I know it's like, it wasn't somebody that like laced him or anything, but it has something to do with weed that kind of triggers it though. At least it's like the fast way to trigger his ability, because strangely enough, I gave this man one of the vape pens, right? You know, the oil pens that you buy from the store, from the your local smoke shop. He took a few hits of them, and when I tell you, we left that house, we got into that car, everything was cool, but we drove down this road, and then everything just went left. Not in a bad way. Like, I wasn't like feeling like my life was in danger, but like, when I tell you my cousin was not in that car, he left the fucking building, bro. Like, someone else entered into his body and was like trying to give out some type of message, and he was there for a good minute, and I was like trying to figure it out. Like, I was a little scared at first because like we pulled over into somebody's driveway. Mind you, this is in South Carolina, so like I don't know how people are when it comes to black folks on their lawn, but I know the South ain't nothing to be played with. But luckily, we wasn't in the driveway too long, and whoever was in my cousin ended up taking us away and like put us in a parking lot. But the strangest thing it wasn't just one person. It was a multiple people that was trying to get out. But somehow, there was one person that got through to make sure that they wasn't going to try to take advantage of him, though, which was crazy. And I was trying to have a conversation with them, and I was trying to get to know them. But of course, being a spirit, they're very vague. But they definitely wanted to but the information that was being told to him, I think, was needed for him. It was insane. Like, again, shit that you would see in a movie. You would never think that this shit would happen in real life. You would only see this shit in movies. And this man is not an actor, mind you. Because a good method, somebody can do that with good method acting, but I promise you, he's not an actor. And it was an experience, and I remember recording a little bit of that experience, and I have to try to figure out if I still have it on audio. But like, yeah. And I remember, because, like, it was crazy because, like, they thought that he may have been laced. Like, one of his homies set him up. But then he thinks that he went to one of those holistic shops, and one of the bracelets that he got put a curse on him that got him like this. So it's just like, I don't know. I've actually heard a friend who's had stuff like this happen. She's more susceptible to like entities and stuff, so I've heard a lot from her. You should tarot about it if you're bored, but to be honest, better not interfere with entity. Yeah, I that's why I never really tried to like. I end up picking up some tarot a little bit. Like, I end up getting him to like pick up some cards to just like to see if he was able to like just naturally understand it. But he wasn't really getting anything, so I took it away from him and I left it at that. But I was going to try to do a reading into it, but I'm scared about the information that I'm actually going to find. It has nothing to do with like the entities or anything, because again, like, you put your faith in God. I'm not seeking out these entities to try to gain any type of power or anything. I'm literally genuinely trying to seek answers and questions about what that experience was for my cousin, for real. I mean, you can always read into what happened, right? If you're not meant to, no, you won't. You right. Exactly. Exactly. That's true too. Because if I can find that audio, I would definitely pull out some cards with that audio playing. Because it was also strange too, because my cousin left, but my cousin did end up coming back, but like he was also still talking to them as well. Like it was crazy. And I wasn't like I wasn't scared for him, but just more so concerned cuz I know he was probably scared because that's never happened to him before, or it's happened to him before, but it's never happened around at least someone that he could trust. Because I think that was another reason why he smoked the pen as well, just to show me what he goes through. And I was kind of like, I don't think I really did a good job at handling the situation because I feel like because I ended up I told him that he should have have a conversation with his dad about what had happened, but I don't know. Like it's really hard to have a like to really explain to your family about this stuff who's never really dabbled into it because their whole entire lives they've been taught that it was the devil and witchcraft and stuff like that. But little do they know that 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 statement itself was used to brainwash people to step away from what they were accustomed to already doing. It was literally a part of it was a part of their religion, and then someone came in and tried to basically raped, killed, and stripped them from anything, and forced them to believe in Christianity, and told them what they were believing it was the devil and witchcraft, and that's how they were brought up and being raised into becoming Christians.
Or ask your question, tarot is this. Yeah, I get you. But I think if this is something that is on your mind, you can always gather information for yourself. And if you feel like you can tell your cousin about it, you can. You can also use tarot to get guidance on how to avoid this happening or how to control it better.
I like that phrase, to control it better, because I think that this is a part of him. And and then the fact that I'm stepping into tarot and this is happening to him, I just feel like there are gifts that are in this family that we have no knowledge of because we haven't been taught properly. And I think that's another reason why my cousin thinks that is going through what he's going through, or I'm pretty sure he's taking his medication now, but I honestly feel like that medication is just again hindering him. It's stunting his growth and his potential to being the person that he needs to be. Because just imagine if he's able to connect with spirits and talk to people on the other sides, that can literally help so many other people in this world. Yeah, basic questions are greater what happened, greater why it's happening, greater what's the best way of controlling it. How it reminds me of how my friends always tell me to help them frame questions. That's good. Mm-hmm. But see, and that's another reason why I like using this oracle as well, because they're mostly questions. Does my life have room for more pleasure and play? And what if it isn't true? Because I just feel like because of how we were brought up, those literally get the best of our insecurities. I feel like Christianity has hindered me from really going full force into this because of my fear of, I guess, what I think God is going to judge me. But I'm like, if you know God, then you should know that He created you to be born like this. So He is expecting you to act this way. And He's not going to judge you for that. So live your life and just learn to love. Not leave it open-ended. Wait. Questions won't answer questions. It sets you into your intuition more. If you want direct answers, you need to ask directly. Don't leave it open-ended. You're absolutely right. But I like that they pose a question for it to be answered, you know? Especially if you don't have a question in mind. So when people come in, when people come in for a reading, I don't know, how often do people ask you questions when it comes to your readings to them? Because it's rare. It's either rare to none. Like nobody really asks me a question when it comes to readings. They always just want a general, and I just kind of go into it. But imagine you were possessed. How truthfully are you going to answer that? Oh, I get a lot of questions. Really? mm. Am I letting fear stop me? Right? I was saying fear to go full force in something. How can I be more flexible right now? Are you experiencing a mountain of fear right now? Are you stalling, freezing, or giving up? The juicy secret is that you are the boss of fear. You are unstoppable, but it's up to you to see that by taking action. The thing is, whenever someone asks for a general reading, they usually know what they want to know about, but are too scared or shy to directly ask. But I also look at it too, at least when it comes to my readings. Like some of the things that like you said, they usually know what they want to know about, but are too scared to or shy to directly ask. It's like usually when I when I give off readings, I'm usually telling somebody something that they already know, but I think they just needed somebody else to kind of like put it in their face. Because I'm pretty sure they talk to themselves about it, but then when somebody else comes to tell you about it, then you really might wake up and have it, and change. Because it's like, it's like it's always, you can always give somebody advice, right? You can give better advice to somebody, but we can't give better advice to ourselves. It's like that situation, and it's always going to be that situation in anything that we do, whether I'm going to do this professionally or not. So I will always pull a general in what field? Your love, life. What is it you want to generally know? And then get to the point. See, me, I don't know. I generally like to just like go with the flow of it. I don't like to really ask questions unless unless the cards bring up something that that gets me to ask a question. Because usually I start off with the oracles and then I go into tarot, and then it's always in that specific order unless they want like me to just go into tarot without oracle. But I usually do my oracles before I go into my tarot. So I kind of it kind of has like usual like words of wisdom and advice, like with the oracles, and then once you go into the tarot, then it really kind of gets into the nitty gritty, all up in your business, and stuff like that. Because I guess whatever the words of wisdom comes from the oracle, I guess can better help with what the tarot brings out. At least for me. I mean, yeah, but I mean, like, let's say I don't do love readings, but someone wants a love reading and disguises it as general. The tarot can pick it up. Oh, well, yeah, that too. But I always feel like that's how most of the like when anybody comes to me, I feel like that's what they really want, but they don't want to be that person. So like it comes out regardless, but I see how that goes because like I'm not against doing love readings, but I don't like doing love readings because people always be trying to figure out like when their person is coming in. That's usually when you want to know, and I'm like, I can't tell you that, and then sometimes tarot can't tell you that. They'll let you know that a person may be in mind, but you know sometimes it's just like this is better for things to be left unknown because I feel like once you ask that question it becomes an even longer period for that person to come in. And then that's just unfair to me, no? I see where you're coming from because right, they're not being genuine about be at least being genuine about coming to you wanting a love reading. But I can look at it like this as well as them not wanting to. Oh, there's an ad. And now I'm just sitting here because I'm pretty sure I'm going to upload this video on YouTube regardless. Like, if you're going to not be honest from the start, how are you going to expect an honest response and interaction? I surprisingly don't have an ad, no jinx. Okay. Well, it's not about if they're being genuine. It's about you being genuine about your response. Because even if you hate doing love readings, and even if they're coming to you wanting a love reading, even though they're not asking you for a love reading, like you said, the tarot is going to pick it up. So, and it's only your job to, tell them what you see. And you giving them exactly what they're supposed to hear, not what they want to hear. And that will always be the big difference. They think that you're going to tell them what they want to hear, but then they're going to be dumbfounded when you tell them what they're supposed to hear. You absolutely right, but honestly, I think that's another reason why like that's another way for me to start charging people or cuz I'm not really at least when it comes to like online interaction, it's hard for me to like do something like that. Like to really like you can still kind of figure the energy, but it still might take me sometimes. At least when it comes to me and my journey, I know that I'm not always quick, but once I get it, don't fuck with me, right? So even if somebody was coming in with bad energy, I would bring them on. But if I pick up on that energy, then then things in that reading are going to start coming out. I can't get. It's not my fault that your intentions were impure, because my intentions are pure, and my intentions are going to stay pure, and I'm going to stand on all those intentions as well. And I'm just going to call you out on your bullshit because you brought that on yourself. But you can. Yes, if you're paying me, I'll do whatever, 100%. And even if they come off with bad energy and they paid me, I would still give them an honest and true reading. You know, for me, I don't feel like I. But again, it's only my opinion because I can't really speak on the person that gets the reading. But at least I don't think I can give a bad reading if a person comes to me with bad energy. I think that because because people lie, energy don't. So if something's coming in that card, and I pick up on that energy, I know that I will hesitate sometimes to say things, but I know the dangers of tarot, and if you sit here and you want to lie on something, knowing that you have to say something that you feel from that card, and you're going to go against that, that's your consequence, for not putting that right reading out there. Not that person that comes in with the bad intentions now. So if they come in with that bad intentions, you pick up on that, you have to read that bad intentions. You have to read that energy for what it is. Otherwise, then you'll take on that bad energy. I very rarely decline readings unless I feel really bad for them. That part. Well, I can't say that. I just declined, a couple readings already, but it's just more so about my energy, though. That's where I'm really at it, because, I don't mind doing readings, but trying to do readings all day, even though I've done that before with some of those YouTube videos. I've done certain zodiac readings. I do, the new moon, full moon, readings as well. And, I literally spend all day doing Virgo, Capricorn, Sagittarius readings, and it's a lot of energy. So, yeah. I can't physically do readings. My cards shuffle like crazy all over. Once we're in a session, we're locked, no turning back. Yeah, exactly. That part. Cause I can't. We in there. And you know what's so crazy? I think that's why it's probably rare for me to do live readings versus a video reading, because once you're locked, you're locked. But at least with the video reading, you can press pause and walk away from that, which is also fine by me too. And I'd rather have that, because then they still have some initiative or power over what they want to listen to or not. Of course they can, leave the reading with the physical as well, but, I'm not going to grab your hand and force you to stay here unless the spirit is coming into me to grab you to get the message, but I don't think that would happen. But am I letting fear stop me right now? Oh wait, I read this already? Yeah. And how can I be more flexible right now? What are you trying to control? Maybe it's time to let go. Let love move through you today and trust the outcome will be for your highest good. Today's soul's action. Remind yourself all day long that you are safe, that life is happening for you, and that you are not alone. Then do some yoga. Hey, weren't you talking about meditation? Yoga and meditation. I always do my medicine exactly. And people don't understand. If you even if people can't sit still and be with one, if they just decide to just take a walk for an hour a day, how much they are doing how much they are doing themselves a favor. Because I don't want to pull out no tarot. Did you want me to pull out any tarot? I guess for the inquiring question on how to what would be your next move as far as the creative field you want to do? Because I think you really you have an idea. It's just more so on again execution. But I feel the moment you find like that one magazine or newspaper outlet that can like pay you just for just something of your work, that can be the start to at least help you with other things as well. And it can also kind of shut your dad up a little bit because now you've proven to him that your creative field is working out for you, even though it's not paying you top dollar, but it's still paying you. Like me being on Twitch right now, with the followers that I have, right? I don't get paid much, but it's still something. It's still an income. And I'm going to keep working at that because it's something that I've worked towards. And I refuse to just stop doing that just because somebody else got something established that really wasn't meant for me to be working at in the first place. I always do my yoga, except today I didn't meditate today. No, miss girl. Execution, yes. I will execute myself for real. I'm joking, but oh my God. I'm trying to stay optimistic. It's hard with the way life goes. Exactly. And then I also got to keep an account that, like, you know, this is your life. You know, you're the only one that has to live it, and you're the only one that's going to have to deal with any type of repercussions or consequences from the decisions that you make, you know. And you are living under parental unit, so that's also still hard as is, you know. But my situation, again, like I was living under my parental unit, my mom, and I've showed her, you know, that I was able to make a way for myself, but it still wasn't good enough for her, and she ended up kicking me out again, you know. So if you honestly think that that's how the relationship with you and your father is, then I think another thing with the messages that I make, I be trying to get people to make that decision to leave before somebody makes that decision to make them leave. Because at least if you make the decision first to leave, then like you already are a step ahead of where you already be a step ahead of yourself if you've waited for somebody to make that move for you. Oh no, it wouldn't get that bad. It's not common here. It's normalized to live with your parents. Okay, that's good. But he's still getting on you about, you know, doing something for yourself, or at least being ideal about being, you know, taking care of yourselves. I've had this conversation with my parents at 24 too. You know, it may not be common there, but don't think it can't happen to you though. I mean, I don't blame him, but it's just the way he is. The moon. Emotions. Mood, intuition, personal needs, Monday Cancer, the unconscious comfort. All right, but that's good. Even if it doesn't get to that point though, right? There still may be some movement that you would have to step away from that environment in order for you to really like be in that creative field that you see yourself for. You're going to have to step outside the box to really get for the vision to work out. Oh wow, this card came back out. Look at that, CEO. The CEO, Capricorn. Driven, stability, patience, persistent, materialistic, ambitious, cautious, practical, traditional, workaholic, detached, ruler of the 10th house. Virgo. You got earth energy here. There, right? The perfectionist. Analytical. Planning. Perfection. Hard work. Helpful. Detail-oriented. Reliable. Confident. Skeptical. Overly critical. Ruler of the 6th house. And then the third one came. Trine. Harmony. Optimistic, luck, flow, beneficial, reward, synchronicity, good vibes, ease, positivity, supportive, expansive, overindulgent, complacent. If you don't have no children, it's best if he lay off on you for real. Like, I mean, are you working in any way, shape, or form? Are you making in some type of income? but I do want to be independent, and this job is like the step for me. I mean, I don't blame him, but it's just the way he is. Yes, I said that this will allow me to be independent, take more control of my life. So earthly, I can smell the soil. Exactly. Nope. Oh yeah, right. Okay, right. You do have the degree in botany. Ooh, right. You could write about plants and how people can grow them. And you know, you could really help me, Miss Botanist, how to grow weed. But if you want that independence, you're going to have to set yourself free from your current circumstance. You're going to have to get into that hustler drive. That you got to become that go getter. That Capricorn is there. They are the CEOs, but the only way that they have to get the only way they got in there is through certain sacrifices. They say you got to lose money to make money, right? There's a lot of books like that. Okay, there's a lot of books like that, but not all of them are written by you though. You got to remember that. And guess what, girl? There's so many tarot readers. Who the fuck was gonna be listening to us? But you got to think about that though. I just need to be locked in, going to sleep for like 5 hours, then go to the temple and offer something, and then work on my stories. That's good. But but even then, right? There's so many books out there. But the way your work has been so far with the short stories and stuff like that, these can literally be like little quick tips on like revitalizing your plants or something like that, or you know it can just be something. True, but I dislike botany. It doesn't allow me creative freedom. True. I will get too fixated on the technicalities of it and have people be like, isn't this like this, blah, blah, blah? Shut the fuck up, right? But I can incorporate my knowledge into it, which is why content writing is something is interesting to me. Allows me research, exactly. And also, too, right? I like that content writing. You can also there can also be a content creator right now that is a botanist, right? But or at least or is trying to be a content creator, but don't really know how to like really present themselves the way they would like to. So maybe with your writing, you can help them. So at least if even if I was trying to even if I'm trying to encourage you to be Miss Botanist on content creator, you could be the one behind the scenes to help be Miss Botanist content creator. Now, again, it's the research. You got to figure out who's on YouTube, TikTok right now, and because I'm pretty sure even if it is a big thing, right? Somebody already has their niche, but you can also find like the underdogs. You came across my channel. There's probably many tarot readers right now, but you came across my channel, so you could probably come across another small botanist channel, and you can probably offer them your assistance. I like to see my ideas and have someone execute them exactly. That's how I always felt at some point too. Like I've had so many ideas, but it's crazy, right? Because there really is no way to be the ideal guy or girl, right? Like to really just be able to get paid off of your dreams. Like, how can somebody like show you the way to becoming that idea guy? You can't. Nobody can. You have to just go out there and figure it out. And then hopefully along the way you meet people with the finances that can back up your idea. It's all about timing, divine timing, and the people that you know. Someone told me my birth chart says I should have a job where people see my face. LOL. Ideal is objective. I mean subjective. My brain isn't braining anymore. Right. I mean, you also got to be careful with having people read your birth chart as well. Just like how you took the initiative to read tarot, take that initiative to read your own birth chart. Oh, friend did. It's good. Okay. Okay. Because do you see yourself? Oh, as a job where people see your face. I don't know why I'm thinking like you being online and being like the face of it, but it's just you working in an environment with a lot of people, and that's all. Okay. But again, that's a business. So, I know I didn't give out my birth chart ideas. I know basic astro. Okay, that's good. I mean, I could be the face of something, but who knows sitting here, right? Am I letting fear stop me? But even if you don't take that initiative to go to the theaters, please check out Wicked after you leave me. Even if I'm still streaming, but just like go see Wicked after you leave me. Because I'm telling you, defying gravity. That's all I have to say. You're going to be one in defying gravity after watching that movie. And mind you, it's a very simple movie. But like the characters and the way that they interact with each other and how the story is being told, it's just like it's a chef's kiss. I will say that. Life partner. Oh, look at that. This person is someone that can enjoy life with. You can enjoy life with wholeheartedly. You two can get through anything together. Maybe call up on your friend that you said that you met. See if they want to go to the movies. I'm going to go to sleep right now or I will die for real. Can I get your Discord? Oh, sure. Let's see. Hopefully this is right. Invite people. Copy. I think this is it. This is the link to my Discord. Holding space for defying gravity. Oh my God, this is totally about the guy I met. He doesn't live in my city, but I think he would. Okay, that's good. Main attraction. Ooh. Doing the things that you love with somebody. Come on. That is definitely a life partner right there. You have Capricorn, the CEOOOO. You have Trine here with the harmony, and then you have Virgo here, the perfectionist. I don't know if it don't even matter. There's Capricorn and Virgo here, so whether you are Capricorn or Virgo, y'all both have these placements somewhere in your chart. Or at least y'all carrying the energy. Someone's definitely a go-getter, but someone's definitely a perfectionist. If not, then it's, this is you. But sometimes being that perfectionist can, you fear. Sometimes being too perfect can get in the way of things as well. I joined, appreciate that. I have a good feeling about this guy, but really see him being a friend long term, and that's good. And there's nothing wrong with that, though. And and maybe that's what you need right now. Is just to have like another male figure in your life that isn't your father, but then that's also isn't, a man that you want to pursue. So it's good to have like a platonic male friend in your life that can help you in that time of need when you are longing for that male connection in some way, shape, or form. Whether you can't get it from your father or you can't get it from an actual life partner right away, but at least you got that male friend right there that can be there for you, for real, for real. I'm neither, he's neither, but I think he's more so the perfectionist, and I'm the go-getter, wannabe perfectionist. But you're still the go-getter. Stop. See, you're you're the go-getter, and he's the perfectionist, right? So, that being said, y'all are going to be in sync with each other. Y'all are life partners. How can I be more flexible right now? When you stop forcing things and let things be. A friend, yeah, totally. And that's, yes. This is but a life partner nonetheless. And life partners, hopefully, I have this. Hopefully, I have this deck. Oh, I do. I can show you. I can kind of read to you what a life partner is supposed to do. Where is it? I think it's yellow. Is it yellow or is it red? Divine partner, union, divine soulmates. No. I'm pretty sure you're telling me like, I know what a life partner is. You ain't gotta look up the cards for me, honey. Oh. But basically, a life partner, if I'm trying to remember off the top of my head, it's like someone who comes in, right, and they basically, a life partner is someone like a twin flame, but like you said, you don't see this person nothing more than a friend. So that's why they can't be your twin flame, but they are a life partner who could still be in your life as long as a twin flame, but the way that y'all come together aren't going to be the same, right? The roles that they play in your life are always going to be different. So this life partner right here, y'all may have harmony together, but this person is going to help you be able to get into that creative side, to get into that bag. He's an Aries, so the Emperor, and I remember when I met him, he's really soft, but I sense Emperor from him. He told me he's an Aries, and I was like, oh, everything is organic these days, even the food. Is it the pink one? I am not. I am so silent. With the current circumstance, I don't see him more than a friend. Exactly. Okay. Because the divine partner union is here, and then the divine soulmates. But I thought she had one that actually talked about life partner. Because we have twin Ray here, the rescuer. I sacrifice myself for you, but I don't see that happening, right? But I do see this is someone coming in to kind of fill in that void of your like of the person who, like, you know, instead of you going out there trying to look for your husband, right? This person is coming in to kind of distract you from that, because there's like something that you need to focus on with yourself, that it's not time for you to meet your husband just yet. But with this life partner here, y'all gonna help build each other, because he ain't just gonna be building you, you're gonna be building him as well. Y'all gonna be building each other to get ready for your husband and for his wife. That's what I think. That's what the life partner's jobs are when it comes to this. This, at least when it comes to this journey. Cause see, here's the twin flame card. Cause this is I got these from this lady right here. Goddess Queen Just Me 23. That's her YouTube channel. That's one of her YouTube channels. She was like one of the first readers that I found on YouTube that I've kind of trusted and like been more so like trusting of, essentially, I should say. I've never got a personal reading from her, but I bought, this is her oracle deck, and she also has a tarot deck. Look at that. I'm always on point. She also has a tarot deck that I've done an unboxing for. It's called I Remember the Time as well. But she's also been the one that's been helping me understand like twin flames and life partners and twin rays and divine soul unions and stuff like that. Like, these are all titles and stuff for the journey, but not everybody is meant to fill out all these roles. There's specific roles for us, and it's not just like there's specific roles for us in a job, but in this journey that we do, the spiritual journey, it's still all in the works to God's plan, which who we work for essentially. So, but this is the last time I'm going to flip through these. The chaser, addictions, life partner. Here we go. Romantic or close friend gives each other a boost. So, life partner. This person is someone that you can enjoy life with wholeheartedly. You two can get through anything together. So just like how you sense that like he would be someone you can go to, who would enjoy going to the movies with, then like go to the movies with him, sis, and enjoy yourself. Let your hair down and live in the moment. But also talk about your life goals and stuff like that. Now, and I know what you're thinking. It's going to come off as a date. And yes, because you two individuals are single, it is technically dating. However, set boundaries and also let them know what your intentions are and how you really see like what a relationship looks like as well. You know, you don't want to lead people on, but you definitely want to let him know that, like, you know, this, that, and the third. Let's see. Third time's the charm. He would enjoy it because I asked, not because he likes the movie. Oh, but like I said, he's not in my city. Oh, okay. Got you. He's not in your city. But this is someone you can see as a friend, though, right? A long-term friend at that. How long have you known him? Because, but I think low-key, both of us are like focusing on ourselves, and if it happens, it will happen. You know, it's been 2 weeks. Damn. Never mind. If you've known this person for quite some time, I was gonna say like, well, again, you're young and you're not in a situation where your father, where it's not like he's gonna be kicking you out anytime soon. So definitely get to know this person, right? To potentially be able to like move in as roommates. No. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Like, cause I was about to say move in with the person with your friend, but you just met him, so that's too soon to be like moving in with somebody that you just met. So I'm like, you still live with your dad. There's no pressure for you to move. So like, take your time into getting to know this person, but also have a plan on moving in together with him. Not on some relationship thing, but as a friend, helping each other. Focus on it, focus on you to so you can be on your own. I'll move in with him when we get married. Okay, I'm just saying, this is also a way to look at. I mean, because if you don't have any like female friends or girlfriends, because I don't know how you really feel about that female term coming from a man, right? But I don't know if you have any girlfriends that you can move in with that are going to be okay with you trying to pursue your creative fields and stuff like that. I feel like at least with this person, or I kind of put the cards away. I feel like with that at least with this person who may come off as a perfectionist, I think that they may be better help to be more of use in helping you than you moving in with someone of a girlfriend. He's also moving around through states because of his job. So what does he do? And that's another reason why it's too soon. So when he actually finds somewhere where he can settle at, because who knows how long this is going to be. So good thing I didn't encourage you to move in with this dude now. Software dev, never mind. That's a techies always get jobs right away. I think staying with my parents makes it easier. Don't worry about that. But I do agree that he can help me with where he is right now. Okay. And no, his job requires him to, okay. But he's pretty settled. He has a lot of goals and stuff. That's good. Okay. I say have this conversation with your dad about your plans and your goals. And then show him a thing, like just show him like what you've been working on as well. I think he'll lay up off you, you know. I think that's what this is. I'm sorry, because because I've been through so much with my parents. There's a lot of energy that came with that, and I apologize, and I do not wish that for anybody. So if there's really just your dad being concerned about you being in your 20s and how he was probably had a house and stuff at your age, the times have changed. Minimum wage isn't the same that it was back when your father was 24 versus when you being 24. I can't say we because I'm 32. I'm older than you. So. He's 29 now, but he's done so much. He and I had a convo about our lives, and we both live very opposite lives. He had it majorly easy, and I had it majorly hard. So we're both different that way. Haha. See, but opposites attract, right? And honestly, too, right? I know you're looking for your husband, but at least from the energy that I get from this, as when it comes to this life partner, you may not see him as a husband, but you're going to have very high expectations for your husband once you really get to be around this person. I will say that. Oh no, my dad is deaf concerned, but like he does have expectations from me and wants me to succeed. But his methods and ways are not nice. But he's my dad after all. But that doesn't give an excuse. I get it. You got to be hard on your kids, but at the same time, his job is really to also be your guide. He's supposed to help you in those tough times. And if he's being the being tough in that tough time, then like he's not really much help. He's not really helping the situation. So unless he's able to at least see what it is that you're doing and then do research on what it is that you're doing to then come back to you with the advice that he should be giving you, whether it's harsh or not. So therefore, it still, at least it still gives you the ambition and drive that you need to go and pursue what it is that you're doing. But it's because it's coming from your father who loves and supports you. That's all I'll be wanting for my mom. I'm not asking them to like, you know, for anything other than to like see what it is that I'm doing, do your own research, and then give me your genuine advice from there. My mom plays mediator. Not that I like her to, because it bothers her sometimes. I mean, it's her job. She's the mother. So, you know, this is what she signed up. This is what they signed up for when having a child. And this is what she signed up for when she married your father. She knows the type of person she is, but she also is aware of the type of person you are. She knows you more than she knows your dad, because she gave birth to you. So when she plays mediator, she's definitely looking out for you, or trying to look out for you. Because my mom gave birth to me, and you know sometimes it don't always work. But from your circumstances, it seemed like you actually grew up in a family. My situation was different. So he's helping because I get to live here and have roof over my head. No. He's not against me, but he also, I hate when parents put that over a child's head. I did not ask to be here. Y'all chose to have a child, which means y'all had to force yourselves to be more grown than whatever age y'all had that child at. Now, don't get on me, because now here I'm at 24, doing what it is that I'm doing, while you were at 24 working your ass off because you had to take care of a child, whether you asked for it or not. You chose to stick around. So it's just like, I understand why he's being hard on you, but he also has to realize that your decisions that you made up until you're 24 were a lot different from what he made. And because we are the product of, you know, the product of our parents, right? We're going to end up doing things that they've either never did, or if we do what they did, we're going to do better than what they've done. But they always want us to do better than what they do, and sometimes what they've done isn't really good enough for them. So you're asking me to tell a 59-year-old emotionally unavailable man to be empathetic. I'd rather kill myself. But I see what the fuss is. But if I still feel like, are you the only child? I know, but I can't be like them, Dom. I have to be different. I have to be different from the way they act. Yeah, I'm the only child. How was it like for him? At least when it came to him and his parents. Was his parents hard on him? Or did his parents ever put him out because of the expectations they had on him? Or did they because they didn't meet, or he didn't meet their expectations? And asking a 59-year-old man to an emotionally unavailable man to be empathetic, that is, it sounds like it's impossible, but in order for him to be unemotionally available, he had to have had some emotions to be available. They're still there. They're just unavailable at the time. You just gotta figure out when he's gonna be open again. He had a rough childhood. His parents coded him a lot, but the circumstances he grew up in were really bad. He generally has issues with family, and it's hard and softens up a lot to me and my mom. Yeesh. He's not the best at expressing himself, which is why I don't take him too harsh, which is why I said I need to be different. Okay. I mean, at least with your circumstances, you have to show him better than you can tell him. Or, because if you're trying to tell someone, an emotionally unavailable man, to be empathetic, that means that he's not even going to try to have some type of compromise where he be okay with you doing this, doing your creative stuff while doing the botany stuff that I'm pretty sure he wants you to do as well. Because if there's no compromise in that, then it's really going to be hard for you to continuously live there. He wants you to do law. Oh, wow. How did botany come across? How do you end up coming across botany then? I'll manage things. We'll be fine. The cards have spoken, I have to face my fears and do what I'm doing. Exactly. I think you're just afraid of just like that actual like the assertiveness that's going to come with you taking that initiative. You know that when you step, then somebody's going to try to step to you as well, and you're going to have to learn how to bark when they or you're gonna have to learn how to bite when they start barking. It's a long story. I'll tell you time when I'm fully awake. I got you. I'm sorry. I'm definitely keeping you up. My apologies. I 100% agree. Fear of adulting. Yeah, and that's another thing too. And the main thing about adulting is literally the decisions that we make. It's really not about having that 9 to 5 and paying those bills, but it's about the choices that we make for ourselves that's within our best interest for ourselves. That is the part. That is what adulting is about. Not even having kids. That's not adulting. People have kids and still don't know how to be adults. Remember that as well. But there's things to consider. But I do know that the moment you face your fears, you're going to take that initiative to leave that house. Because now you're going to see, you're going to know and see what your worth is, and you're going to know that it won't be able to really happen in that house when you got somebody like that around you all the time. Even if he's allowing you to do it in your house, right? It's still his energy that's going to be there, That's just not going to make you feel like you deserve doing it and stuff like that. So in order for you to really feel like you deserve it and it's for you, you're going to have to at least separate. At some point you're going to have to separate yourself from that environment. But it's 5:30 now. I should go to sleep. I'm gonna die. I'll catch you in this next stream. Yes, I'm sorry. I'm gonna stop talking now. Take care. Thank you for reading and chat. Appreciate you being here. Yes, I totally agree. I'm definitely something super future related. I need to focus on taking the big step right now. Exactly. Now you got a lot to sleep on. You enjoy your day. You have fun. Have some rest, and please, please, please go check out Wicked. with or without your new life partner, okay? Just maybe if you see it without him, don't spoil it when you go see it with him. Good night. Damn, it's 7 o'clock. Oh my god. Okay, maybe I shouldn't stream no more. I need to go grab me something to eat. I gotta get my smoke on. Damn. But that's fine though. It is what it is. It was still a part of my job. So I'm glad everyone for being here. Thank you, Gummy, for being a follower, for being a new viewer, and also, I, hey, for being a reader, coming to another reader for advice. I appreciate you, because sometimes you just may need to hear it from somebody else from time to time. From time to time. And you don't always need to hear it from somebody all the time, every day, but it's always good to hear it from time to time from somebody else. So, but y'all take care. Make sure y'all keep y'all faith strong. And put your faith in God, because faith without works is dead. Remember that you are loved. Your feelings matter. You're validated. Your emotions are valid. I don't know what else to say. I always feel like I gotta say something like very philosophical to end things off, but sometimes I cannot. I'm overthinking it sometimes, but I love us for real. No matter what comes out in these readings and what I say that may trigger certain people, I love us for real, and I'm only looking out for what's best. And if you don't think so, come to me, and we can have a personal reading. If you subscribe to my channels. But y'all take care now. Until next time.